Good evening, my dear students. Welcome to my channel Desire to Learn with Mukesh. So, today in this video, we are going to discuss all the possible multiple choice questions, that means objective questions, from the chapter The Talkative Barber to the chapter Who Will Winning Through. That means this video will be helpful for you for your session ending exam. Class 5th English. So, without being late, let us start the video. So, first we will discuss the talkative barber. So, first question is, what was the name of the Sultan? What was the name of the Sultan? So, the answer will be option B, that is Shahryar. Next question, the queen was a, answer will be good storyteller. Next, the talkative barber story is adapted from the Arabian Nights. The barber was belonged to Kashgar. The barber had dash brothers. The barber had 6 brothers. The Sultan ordered to give dash pieces of gold to the barber. 3 pieces of gold. Next question. The barber narrated a story to the Sultan which was lasted for half an hour. The barber had invited dash friends to come to his house that day. 4 or 5 friends. A sweet dish served after the main meal is called dessert. Dessert. Question number 10. Which of the following statements is true? So the true statement is option A. There were 7 brothers all together in the Sultan's family. Sorry. Which of the following statements is true? So the answer will be option B. The barber refused to leave the Sultan's palace. Next, the dog was dashed to climb the tree to chase the cat. The dog was unable. It was a beautiful day. Dash they decided to go for a picnic. So, it was a beautiful day, so they decided to go for a picnic. Next question, antonym of justice. Antonym of justice is injustice. Next, we will reach on time if we go by the car. Here, if is a conjunction. Next, the queen used to tell dance stories, Persian and Arabic folk stories. Next, which tool is not related to barber? Hammer. Hammer is not related to barber. Next, the barber wanted this for the desert. The barber wanted some fruits for the desert. One who talks more unnecessarily is called talkative. Quit means leave from a place. Next, my father packed my lunch. Dash my mother combed my hair. While my father packed my lunch while my mother combed my hair. Now we will discuss the next chapter, that is Topsy Turvy Land. So this is a poem, Topsy Turvy Land. Question number 1. Who is the poet of the poem Topsy Turvy Land? Poet of the poem Topsy Turvy Land is H.E. Wilkinson. Which is different from others? That is where, because all other trees are rhyming words. Next, which of the following words best matches with inhabitant? Inhabitant means citizen. Which of the following statements is not correct about topsy-turvy land? Option C. People pay for what they get. This is not true about topsy-turvy land because in topsy-turvy land people have to pay for what they never get. Which of the following statements is true about topsy-turvy land? Answer D. The boats travel on the roads. When do children go to school in the topsy-turvy land? It is by night. What must be grand in the topsy-turvy land? Answer is people pay for what they never get. Question number 8. Feeling of enjoyment. Feeling of enjoyment is your pleasure. A large water body is the sea. Which is the odd one? The odd one is thermometer. Bed, table and chair are as usual furnitures, but thermometer is a medical equipment. Which is the odd one? 11 number. D. Grand, because hand, leg and head are the parts of our body, but grand is not a part of our body. Antonym of never is always. What moves up and down the streets in topsy-turvy land? That is boats, because boats travel on the roads in topsy-turvy land. Question number 14. In topsy-turvy land, how will one travel through sea? In topsy-turvy land, people have to travel through sea by using bus. In our land, when do children go to school? In the morning. Which sentence is correctly arranged? Renu is a nuttigal. Which is a topsy-turvy situation? All of the above are topsy-turvy situations. School bag is on the bed, one shoe is lying under the bed, and the other is in the shoe rack. Book is under the bed. So all these are topsy-turvy situations. In topsy-turvy land, the sea is made of sand. In topsy-turvy land, people wear their hats upon their, yes, feet. Fill in the blanks. It will be pleasure. So Pleasure. Pleasure. Now we will discuss the next chapter, that is Gulliver's Travel. So this is an interesting story, students. Now we will discuss Gulliver's Travels. Question number 1. Gulliver was a sailor. The giant carried a reaping hook because he was going to reap the corn. The farmers put Gulliver on the ground to look at him because they had never seen such a tiny man. When did the crew discover the land of giants? Answer will be option C. On 16th June 1730. Every step of the fence was 6 feet high. The dining table was dash feet high from the floor. It is 30 feet high. The cat was dash times larger than an ox. It is 10 times. How old was the farmer's son? It is 1 year old. A land with no vegetation is called barren land. Situations that are not true, that you just imagine, those are called fancy. Fancy. Who is the author of Gulliver's Travel? So the author of Gulliver's Travel, Jonathan Swift. The newspaper boy was as slow as tortoise, as tall as giraffe. Comparative degree of small is smaller. He is the most intelligent boy in his class. Here the degree of adjective is superlative, because the is used and the always used with the superlative degree. मतलब, uh, in most of the cases, the is used with the superlative degree, and we use also most to make superlative degree of the adjectives which are of more than two syllable. Here, intelligent is a word which is of more than one syllable. So we have to use most to make it superlative. So this is superlative degree. Next, Wings of Fire is the autobiography of Abdul Kalam. Question number 17. Which of the following statements is true? The giant looked at Gulliver with curiosity. I like this days of the two better. This is a pen. When we compare between two things, we use better. That is comparatively. So better will be the right option. This is a fan. Which punctuation mark is used in the sentence? That is your full stop. Full stop is used at the end of the sentence. If that is not a question, that means your interrogative sentence or exclamatory sentence. In case of interrogative sentence, you use question mark, and in case of exclamatory sentence, we use exclamation mark. In all of the sentences, we use full stop. The opposite of barren is fertile. Okay, students, now we will discuss another chapter, that is Nobody's Friend. This is a poem, students. So question number 1. Choose the correct sentence among the following sentences. So answer will be D. The first girl in the poem does not like to share her sweets. Next question. He had some toffee and ate a free bite. Find the noun. So your noun is toffee. Noun means a name. Name for something like that. He had a tricycle. Find the pronoun. Pronoun is the replacing word which replaces the noun. So he is the pronoun. How many children are there in the poem Nobody's Friend? So there are three. There are three children in the poem Nobody's Friend. What is the past tense of land? Past tense of land is lent. Tricycle in this word try is a prefix. Find odd one out. Friend, buddy, chum, enemy. So friend, body and chum are the similar words, synonyms, and enemy is the different, which is the antonym of them. Which of the following eatables is not there in the poem? So here biscuit was not there in the poem. Toffee, apple and cake were there in the poem. A shop which sells sweets and chocolates is called a confectionery. Who is the poet of the poem Nobody's Friend? The poet was Enid Blyton. How many children in the poem are nobody's friend? There are two children who are nobody's friend. The last one was everybody's friend. Opposite of land is burrow. Radha is never let, which is the no word in the sentence. The no word is never. Which of the following pair is different from others? Here, the different pair is pair B, train, friend, because all the other pairs are of rhyming words. Air, pair, bicycle, tricycle, share, care. But train and friend are not the rhyming words. In headache, ek is suffix. Write down the plural form of tricycle. Tricycles. A three-letter word which is the opposite of friend. That is poi, F-O-E. A shop which sells sweets and chocolates is called confectionery. On the hot afternoon, I took a dash of water from a bottle. That will be your a sip of water. We could not see the house in the dash of the night, in the darkness of the night. Let the opposite of nobody. Nobody, opposite of nobody is your somebody or everybody. You can write everybody also. I will not go out today because, so it will be because I have to study for my test. I own this car is mine. He is a European. He is a European. So students, I have already told you that you have to see what is the pronunciation of the word. In the word European, we have to pronounce U. So if vowel sound is there, then we have to use an, and if consonant sound is there, we have to use a. So U is consonant sound. So we will use a. A cycle with two tires is your bicycle. A cycle with three tires is called your tricycle. Now we will discuss another chapter, that is your the little bully. So the first question is, which of the following sentences is the correct one? So the answer will be option B. The lobster was the cousin of the giant crab. Giant crab. The only did to me what I keep doing to the other children, he thought. Here, who is the he? In the above line, here, he is a Hari. What were the two things Hari loved to do? Hari loved to do pinching and pricking. What is the correct spelling of the following? Correct spelling of bruise is option B, that is Bruise, bruise. The class went for a picnic to the seaside. They went picnic by train. They went picnic by train. Which of the following was not in Hari's lunch box? Option B. Jalebi was not there in Hari's lunch box. All other things, bread and butter, eggs and sandwiches were there in Hari's lunch box, but jalebi was not there. Which sea creature of the following was not described there in the story? The sea creature starfish is not described in the story. Crabs, shrimps and prawns are described in the story. What is the single word for main stem? That is your stock. Why did all the children hate Hori? Because he always pinched them. He was pinched till he was black and blue. Black and blue means there were bruises on his body. A girl was sitting quietly. Here, quietly is an adverb. The sea creatures ate his food. Opposite of horse. Opposite of horse is polite, which is correctly spelled. Correctly spelled word is hurried. Horrid. Option D. What does bruise mean? Bruise means, yes, students, bruise means injury by blow to body. Nobody took Hari's hand, nobody went near him, nobody played with him. This shows that Hari had no friends. I shan't peach anyone anymore. Sun means sunlight. The cattle are grazing in the field because cattle is a plural noun. He is dishonest man. He is an honest man because O is the vowel sound. Nissa is driving her car carefully. Here the adverb is carefully. Opposite word of strong is weak. Write a single word. Pressing someone's skin with the help of thumb and forefinger. That is your pinch. Pinch. Short form of wouldn't. Would not is wouldn't. WLD N apostrophe T. Wouldn't. Happy plus ly. Happily. 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 Now we will discuss another chapter, that is your sing a song of people. So this was a beautiful poem, students. Now we will discuss the questions from the chapter. Subway means this is your an underground passage. Footpath means your sidewalk. Okay. Subway means an underground passage. Superlative degree of fast is fastest. Past participle form of sing is your sung, sung. Opposite of below is above. Which mode of transport people don't use to go around in the city? That is bullock cart, because bullock cart is used in the village. Where have you seen crowds of people in a hurry? All of the options: railway station, bus stands, airports. Who is the poet of the poem Sing a Song of People? Lois Lensky, Lensky. Lois Lensky. Next question. Give me a piece of paper to write Piece. One who does not believe in God. Atheist. It rhymes with crowd and is the opposite of humble. That is proud. Proud. A person who makes wooden furniture or furnitures of wooden is called carpenter. Opposite of go is come. The dash of flowers, the bunch of flowers was lying on the table. Hanging garden is situated in Babylon. The children finished their work quickly, quickly, quickly. This is the adverb form of quick. Metro railway is an example of subway. 1 plus 1 makes 2 TW. One who edit books is an editor. Nowadays people are more busy. Which people are more busy that they don't have time to look back. Those are urban people, that is the city people. Okay students, now we will discuss the next chapter, that is your Mallu Bhallu. You know, this here was also an interesting poem about a polar bear, right? So we will discuss now. Wild animals lying place is your liar. Mallu wanted to go beyond the blue sky, the big blue sky. Comparative degree of little is your less. Third person singular form of catch is catches. Silent letter in wrong is W. Opposite of far is near. What is the name of the daughter Bhalu? Daughter Bhalu's name was Mallu. The poem Mallu Bhalu translated in Hindi by Sandhya Rao. Sandhya Rao. This is the correct answer. Option C. Sandhya Rao. R-A-O. The prefix used in unhappy is un. The opposite gender of daughter is your son. Which of the following statements is false? That is C. Polar bears lives in desert because polar bears lives in polar region. So this is the false statement. Which season does Malu enjoy the most? Summer, because in summer season Malu can swim. What does Malu like to eat? Malu like to eat fish. The weather in Malu's home place is ice cold. What does Malu like to do? Swimming. This is the matter. What is the matter? Long hair on the neck of animals are called man. A many. Let us go for a picnic today. Singular form of who is I. Name the poet of the poem Mallu Bhalu. That is your Kamla Bhasin. So students, now we will discuss the last chapter, that is who will be Ningtho. Which statement is true? Sana Tombi was a kind child. Who is the author of the story Who Will Be Ningtho? Indira Mukherjee. To strike or bite something with its beak is called peck. P-E-C-K. Stretch out one's body or neck in order to see something is called crane. C-R-A-N-E. The story Who Will Be Ningtho is related to the state Manipur. Ningtho means king. Ningtho means king. Lema means queen. Thauro means brave. Thauro means brave. Manipur is located in the northeast direction on the map of India. Which one of these is considered as our national tree? That is mango. Which one of these is odd one out? That is your wheel. Which one of these is not correct? Peoples. Which, because children, pupils and parents, these are the plural nouns, but people is the plural noun, not peoples. Which is not the rhyming word for grew? That is clue. What was the name of the kingdom of the Ningtho? That was Kanglipak. In which language king is called a Ningtho? That is Manipuri. In Manipuri, death is used for people. Miyam. Who was Sanatomi? Sanatomi was the daughter of king. Find out odd one out. That is your people Thauro, because people in Manipuri we call Miyam, not Thauro. Thauro means brave. Who was finally declared to be the Tungi Ningtho? That is Sana Tombi. Actually, she was not declared as Tungi Ningtho. She was declared as Tungi Leima. Why did the Ningtho want to choose a future king? Because he was growing older. What kind of child was Sanatomi? Sanatomi was lovely, soft and beautiful inside. who was not son of the Ningtho, Sanatombi, because she was the daughter. Right? Meaning of Tungi Ningtho in English, that is your future king, that is Yuvraj or future king. Choose odd one, that is B, Miam great king, because Miam means people. How old was Sanatombi? Sanatombi was only 5 years old. After how many years Sanatombi was born? She was born after 12 years old. Which word means deserving of? That is your worthy. Which is the comparative degree of happy? That is happier. Third person singular form of jump is jumps. Opposite of brave is your coward. So students, we completed all the chapters. That means MCQ questions, possible multiple choice questions from the chapter the talkative barber to who will be linked to, which will be very beneficial for your session ending exam. So wish you all the best for your exam. Keep growing, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.